Good afternoon, everyone. So we have around, around 20 people, right? Like, Natasha, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good
Okay.
afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Sahil. So we have 16 plus attendees already. So should we, yeah. Uh, Hello, everyone. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. We'll start the session. I think, yeah. Natasha, you could share the YouTube live link as well with the community. So if anyone have any questions, please raise the hand in Zoom. Reaction, you will be able to find the option, right? You can raise your hand. We'll take up the questions, or you can post in the Q&A section as well. Today, let us have this session more interactive. I would say I want you people to ask questions and see if that would help a lot of others as well. We'll cover like very it might be basic minute things, but it will help a lot. So we'll try to cover in that aspect, like to how we can efficiently use our communication platforms. Before by then we'll just have a I just launched a small survey. If you can answer, what is the email solution you currently use? Okay, Yahoo, Gmail, cool. Okay, most of 86%. Okay, great. So let us cover it in this aspect, right? We will do a small, a session on the Gmail, how we can actually use it more efficiently. I know everyone uses to send and receive emails, but what else we can use Gmail for? Like what all features of Gmail we can use it? I'm sure 90% of the users, right, don't use all the Gmail features. Of course, we'll cover the business email as a presentation, but I want to actually demonstrate on the Gmail, basic Gmail functionalities as well. Whether it is a personal email or official ID, that doesn't matter. So we'll try to cover in that aspect. Share screen again. So first thing is the how we can actually use the email communication, right? to write professional emails? What are the things we should consider? We see a lot of corporate companies when they're using email, the way they write emails, right? I mean, some of the they do basic mistakes. I mean, selecting the right tools, they don't use and grammatically there will be a lot of times mistakes will be there. But yeah, what is it minimum best practices what we should follow when you're using an email? We'll cover that. So subject lines. When you're writing an email, we have to be very concise on the subject line. By seeing the subject line, people should understand what is it we are trying to convey, right? And actionable words, and make it personalized whenever it is possible, right? Maybe while writing email, if you're using something called Excel, from Excel sheet, if you're trying to pull the data, you can actually personalize, right? If I'm writing mail to few of you, then how I can actually write, instead of writing hi, can I personalize it, right? That makes a lot of difference. And also try to avoid spam words, like say not spam words. Basically, if you say buy now or promotion, these words will make your emails mark as a spam. And email structure, basically, right? Like instead of writing a lot of paragraphs, right? Yeah, of course you should put that in a concept, but make it in a structured way, like small introduction, then the points. They I mean, people will not spend a lot of time to keep reading the content, right? So put that in a bullet points, and make sure, like the point what you're trying to convey, it is up to like in the bullet points very concisely. And the formatting, of course, we'll share certain tools with you today, which will help you while writing your emails. It makes a lot easier. When you're writing it in a professional emails, right? Maybe if you're writing friends and family, yeah, that time also you should follow certain practices. But when you're writing an official email professionally, always make sure you're following certain consistency with these practices. Like say, uh, always use a professional font, preferably Arial or Times New Roman. And the font size should be between 10 and 12. I hope most of you are already doing that, but keep this as a standard in your emails. If you're using any of the email, right, there will be an option to select the fonts. In that section, make this as a default. So whenever you're writing an email, by default, it will get selected with this. And when you're writing an email, I mean, when you're sending an email, before sending it, maybe try to proofread it, twice or thrice. So that will make sure if you want to do any last minute changes, it will help a lot. The tone, I'm sure most of you might have know this already. When you're writing some communication, it is always, it will show your tone as well in the writing, right? How we can actually make it more polite, right? More professional. There is certain tools. Again, we will be sharing those tools. Try to use those tools and make it, up to that point. Like say, if you're writing to some seniors, how that mail should be. And you're writing to students, maybe you wanted to sound it like a, inspirational thing. So you can basically select all this while writing emails. So today I'll just try to cover few top tips and tricks on the Gmail. I'm sure like most of you are already using it. See, now I have this Gmail interface, right? So I have so many emails here. To just give you a demonstration, I actually requested my colleagues to send some test emails. So now in these emails, now if I wanted to identify or find out which is the important emails, right? It becomes very difficult for me. because this email, I use it in a different application, but that's why I'm trying to configure it here. There is something called labels. If you see here, anyone already using it? This functionality? What is labels? Okay, now I can actually label the emails with certain, conditions or certain progress. Now, for example, maybe, my senior colleague is asking us to make some reports, right? I can say it is in progress, completed, or pending. I can put multiple statuses. Also, I can actually mark it with a different color code, right? So what I can do is I can search for the email, or I can straight away go to the settings, see all settings. Here I can go to the labels. See, here you have a lot of options. See, also here you can see category, social, updates, promotions, all this. Of course, it will be there. Go to filters, create a new filter. So now we are trying to map label to filters. So I'll create a new filter from, like, I have my colleague Natasha. So if she sends me an email, I want that to be marked with, certain color code and all. So in case if I get any email from this ID, right, what should happen? So I'm selecting the from condition here. Then either I can search, it will show all the mails. Now I am straight away creating the filter. Also, you have other conditions. If the subject line has a particular subject line, how to do that? It has certain words or it doesn't have certain words. I can filter as that as well. Now I'll say create filter. Now, if you see here, the first condition is skip the inbox. But I want that mail to be in inbox as well. And that email should have the label on top of the mail, right? So I'm not selecting this. I'll go to apply the label. Then I'll say new label. Then I'll select my colleague's name, create. See here it shows apply filter to one matching conversation because it found one email in that particular, with this matching condition. If it has multiple emails, it will automatically find out how many mails are there, right? So Natasha, if you could send some more emails, test emails, that would be great. So also apply for this and create filter, right? Now, if I go to inbox, you will not see much difference here. I created one. You are not able to see much difference here. Why? Because we just create the label, but that is a gray color by default. Now let me go here to the Natasha label and say label color and change it to certain color code. Now can you see this? Now in future, any email come from Natasha, it gets automatically marked with this color code. Right. So yeah, great. Thanks, Natasha. So you can see here, just now she actually shared one more email. Immediately it got color labeled. Labeled as well as color coded. Same way, I can actually make few more labels. Like say, maybe I'll say in progress, completed, postponed, something like this. Now the same emails, now maybe she sent around 4 emails. In that one email, I want to make it as a in progress. So I can come here. Yeah, sorry. So I can say in progress, apply. So in progress means maybe I will say color code as something else. You can see here. Now in this so many emails, I can easily identify, right? Now let me take one more label. Again, I'll go to settings, see all settings, filters. I'm creating one more filter. Now this time I'll create from one of my colleagues, Sahil. Check the email ID. I'm creating one more condition, create filter. I'm not skipping the inbox again. This is up to you. I mean, why I'm saying not to skip the inbox is maybe if you're getting a lot of emails, if you skip this inbox, it won't be showing in the inbox. It will directly go to the separate folder. So you might miss some important communication that, with the experience I'm saying. So that's why I'm not skipping the inbox. I'm going to apply the label. And here I'll say, I'll create a new label here on the fly. So create, also apply. Now create filter. Now I'll come here again to the Sahil label. I am applying a different color code this time. Maybe something like this. Now if I go to the inbox, right now Sahil's mail is configured with a different color code. Now when we get so many emails, it becomes easy for us to segregate or prioritize which emails are important, right? Like say maybe there is a communication from the some escalation emails or something is coming to, then I can actually mark it with a red color or something, so it gets highlighted immediately. Uh, is it clear? I mean, any confusion here? No, right? Great. Um, Maybe I would request some kind of communication. If anyone wanted to interact, also we can unmute. Okay. Now, how many of you faced a problem? Say we just sent out an email and I just realized, oh God, something wrong I typed, or some mistake I did. Right. Once it is sent, we cannot call back that email. But as a best practice, what I would request is go to the settings, see all settings. Here you will find a lot of options. Right, you have a signature, all this. Yeah, I would request you can enable the smart reply as well. Yeah. So when you're enabling this smart reply, what happens is when you now Gmail is Google actually 13th December they're launching one more AI tool called Gemini that would be enabled soon, I believe, for everyone. Right. Once that is enabled, you will get in the compose itself, you'll get a lot of options here. Right now, for few mailboxes or business email box is already enabled. And that would be available soon for the all the consumers. Now here, the point what I was telling is the email which we just sent out. Right now, if I want to, you can see this, right? There's an option called undo send. Make sure this is at least for 30 seconds it is kept. Right. So what happens is now I'm writing an email to one of the customer or client. When I'm writing, I just clicked on send, but I just realized there is something went wrong. I can actually click on unsend and make it stop, because there is a 30 minutes gap after I clicked on send. There is a 30 minutes gap. The mail is been pushed. We can actually stop that communication. So always make sure you have this option enabled so that you can stop the email in case if there is something you realize that the some communication going wrong, right? So that is where like settings, undo send. Okay, so 30 seconds I enabled it. Now also you will be able to see this option, right? Like when you're checking the inbox, you see primary promotions like this. Sometimes you might think that okay, you don't need promotion social. You will have an option to disable those in the labels section. right? See here, you can actually remove this. So it will help you if you, in case sometimes, right, like what happens if there is a bank transaction update is coming, it might get delivered to the promotion section, right? Or what you can do is, if you feel there is some important communication is delivering it promotion section, you can select those mails and drag it to the primary. If you do few times, Gmail gets to understand, okay, these are important emails. Let me not, put it in the promotion section. Okay. And now today, if I'm seeing like maybe say my colleagues are writing certain emails, they're asking me to, they're expecting certain reports, to be shared with the client. What I can do is, if say for this email is actually asking, Natasha is asking, the report has to be, delivered by Monday, right? So for me, Monday, I need to send the report. Now, since the mail came here, I might, Monday when I come, there will be 100 more emails will be added here, right? I might miss the email, which is actually she's asking to send the report on Monday. So there's an option, I can actually click on this. There's an option called snooze. If you select this, it'll ask you when it should remind you. See, pick a date and time. So I can say, not today, not tomorrow, Monday, particular maybe 10 a.m. Right? So my mail, that particular email which I'm actually supposed to come, to say that email report, Monday morning 10 a.m. it shows me as a fresh email, so that I will not miss that report to be sent to customer. Okay. Any questions here? Okay, no questions. Great. Also, you have an option in the settings. If you go, you have an option to vacation responder. Like say, no, maybe you are not available for say next 2 days. How people should know? They might be sending an email expecting you to respond to that, right? So you can actually enable the on, and you keep it how many days you want, and just mention like I'm PTO for say a day or 2 days, and you just put a small text there. So immediately they get a response saying that hi, I'm not available for next 2 days. I'm traveling. I'll have a limited access to the emails. So the moment I come back, I'll get back to you. Right? So that makes sense, right? Same way, you have an option here, signatures. You can create your own signature here. Give it, like say, now if I'm writing, maybe this is a business email ID. Now my colleagues also started responding from here. So I can create multiple signatures here. Prakash, Natasha, Sahib. So I can have 3 different signatures defined here. And for each email, for example, morning I'm logging in to respond to certain emails, I can select my signature as a default signature for me emails. When Natasha logs in, she will select her signature when she is sending emails. So people receiving the email will know who exactly is sending the emails, right? Yeah, if it is personal also, you can use one signature by default here. And if you have multiple emails, right, you will be facing a problem like, to check multiple emails at a time, right? So you have an option here, accounts and import. Here you, one is the forward option. Say I have email1 at gmail.com. I have, then I have email2 at gmail.com. Every time I have to log into each and every mailbox, right? Instead of that, what I can do, I can create a forward request from email1 to email2. So I can log into email2 at gmail.com and just have that monitored all the time instead of logging to both the mail IDs. So to do that, you can come here, go to the forwarding. Here I can create a forwarding address. So I'm just selecting my other email ID. Next, for authentication purpose, it sends one small code. So let me log into my other email ID. Yeah, so I authenticated. Proceed. Okay, so ID been added, but it is not verified yet because this email ID doesn't know whether this second email ID belongs to me or not, right? So for that verification, I need to go to that particular email and confirm that. So it sent one automated email. I'm just clicking on the link and it gets verified. Now, if I come to my primary mailbox, so I can refresh and see. See this? Now forward a copy of incoming mail to so-and-so mailbox and keep a copy here as well. So I'm not deleting the mails or something. So you have an option. Delete mail copy and send it to the second email ID or keep a copy here. Right? You have a few conditions. It is self-explanatory. You can go through that. That's all. Now if I save it, now if anyone sends me an email, one copy goes to the second email as well. Right? Now, what if you wanted to check the emails from here? Now, I'm writing an email. You have this option. Right? Here, same condition. I can add another mail address and it will ask you to few steps to follow. Once you complete the steps, that email address will be added here. So when you're drafting an email, here you will get an option from address, whether it should go from the email one or email. Like this, you'll get a drop down and you can send it out. Right. So try it out. If you have any questions or something, please let us know. We can help you out. Right. So like this, there is so many ways. I mean, we can actually use Gmail. One is this labeling. Snooze option is these will make you more efficient. Like say, when you're receiving tens of emails on like every day, you can actually prioritize which emails are important, which are like say can be postponed. Like I gave you an example, right? So that will help. And start using this labeling functionality, which will save ton of your time and your mailbox will become so organized. And recently not recently, there is like all the mailboxes getting full, right? Of course, you will have a 15 GB mailbox. Now, what if you wanted to clear that mailbox? You can simply click on this option called unsubscribe, because most of your promotion mail comes from here, right? Search for it. Click on unsubscribe and search for it. Now see, this is so many emails came from marketing stuff, right? I can simply click on this section, right? After this, do not delete. After selecting this, you get this option. Select all the conversations that match this search, right? Select this, then it select if there is 1,000 emails, 2,000 emails, everything it will select. Then go ahead and delete it off. You try this option, you will be able to like say delete a lot of unnecessary emails, which is actually filled in your inbox. So option one is select the particular email. For example, now I don't want these two alerts, right? I can select these two, go to here, filter messages like this. Right, then select this. Okay, there is so not more than 50 emails, so it is not showing. So maybe let me select Yeah. Now, if there is more than 50, I can select like this. It will select all that. Like even if it is 10,000 emails, it will select all those emails and simply delete it off. Right. So that is one. Or you can try with this unsubscribe, search for it, and you can do that. Right. Now, the same functionality we are actually having on business emails as well. Now, if you want to get in, like say a business email, like say on your business address, right? Like uh, prakash@davschools.com. How to get that done? So you have to go for a professional email, right? Which is a license edition, right? So these are covered. So your professional email will cover, you will get 30 GB mailbox, whereas, I mean, we are providing you multiple email solutions, which will give you either Gmail. If you want to go ahead, we will be able to help you with the 30 GB, but we have a Microsoft platform, which will give you 50 GB mailbox, right? Compared to the Gmail, it will give you 50 GB. In Google or Gmail, you get 30 GB, including your Google Drive. Whereas in Office 365, you get a 50 GB mailbox. Also, you get 1 TB of OneDrive space. Right. I believe most of the schools are facing problem to take backups, to save the backups on cloud solutions, etc. Right. So this solution will give you very on a reasonable price. You'll be able to take the backups and maintain it in your, at a central cloud location, which will have a protection from a lot of malware, viruses, etc. Right? These are the email. You get, of course, in Google, you have Google Sheets. Same way, here also you get a Microsoft Office and Cloud. Document management. This is the what, gives you a lot of control on your documents. One is your Word document. If you're working on a document, you can manage the documents on cloud, also collaborate with the team. Right? You can actually maintain who is doing what changes, how many times the document is changed. If you want to restore back to the previous version, right? So if you, if your schools are expecting a more detailed session, we can plan to conduct that. But for the customers, we do that, on a regular basis. Meeting recordings. For example, now if I want to have the recording for my, let's say, what are the call I'm having with internal team, in Gmail, it is not possible, or I have to go for a higher plan. Whereas in Microsoft plans, it is available. So the recorded, the scheduled calls, I can record on the fly. So, this is what it is. The session is about. If you have any questions, please ask us. So, even if you're looking for a 1 IDs or 5 IDs, it doesn't matter. We would request you go for a business email so that you will get all these controls. Also, you can use features, including the cloud solution. So we can take the questions now. Nivedita ji, yeah, so there is no limit on the deletion. Even if it has a 4,000 emails and all, it can delete one shot. But yeah, one request should be, just cross check once. Like if there is some important communication, make sure there is no particular records you're not, deleting. Then you can delete like as many emails. Maybe for a couple of seconds or couple of minutes, your Gmail will stop responding because it will start deleting from the backend. But try after like refreshing after 5 minutes, your Gmail will load when you're deleting bulk emails. Does that answer your question? Okay. Anyone? If anyone have a questions, you can raise your hand. We can take it up. We have 10 more minutes or. No questions? Okay. अंबाला सिटी पब्लिक स्कूल। यस, आप अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकते हो।
हेलो।
हाय सर।
सर जैसे याहू पे हमारी है, yahoo.co.in पे मेल आईडी है हमारी।
हाँ जी।
तो सर जैसे मेल में हम जाएंगे, जैसे हम ये दूसरी मेल बना लेंगे, तो उस
ओके,
हम उनको इन्फॉर्म कैसे करेंगे कि हमने हमारी ये नई ईमेल आईडी है, और पुरानी पे रिस्पॉन्स ना करें, नई पे रिस्पॉन्स करें।
परफेक्ट। जो अभी आपका याहू में जो फ्री आईडी है ना सर, आप
हाँ जी, हाँ जी सर।
हाँ, तो वहां पे सेम अभी आपको मैंने जीमेल इंटरफेस पे आपको दिखाया था ना,
हाँ जी।
ऑटो रेस्पॉन्स।
ऑटो रिस्पॉन्स।
हाँ, तो हम वहां पे क्या कर सकते हैं, ऑटो रेस्पॉन्स डिफाइन करके कॉन्फ़िगर कर सकते हैं कि फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स, वी हैव अपडेट इन आवर ईमेल आईडी। फ्रॉम नाउ
ओके।
ऑनवर्ड्स, इफ यू हैव एनी कम्युनिकेशन, प्लीज यूज द न्यू ईमेल आईडी।
ऑटो रिस्पॉन्स इसमें याहू में होगा ना ऑप्शन
हाँ
ऑटो
हाँ।
रिस्पॉन्स?
हाँ जी, रहेगा रहेगा।
ओके।
इट इज
और
इज
एक सर ये जैसे जैसे अननेसेसरी मेल्स आती हैं हमें,
हाँ हाँ।
मैं कम से कम डेली की 150 मेल डिलीट करता हूँ,
ओके ओके।
जो अननेसेसरी कंपनीज वगैरह की, जो हमें नहीं चाहिए, जिन्हें हम देखते भी नहीं है। तो वो हम कैसे स्टॉप कर सकते हैं उनको?
हाँ, वन थिंग इज, यू कैन सर्च फॉर दिस अनसब्सक्राइब। ठीक है, नहीं तो
आंसर।
हाँ, आप ऑलरेडी यू आर स्पेंडिंग टाइम टू डिलीट दैट ईमेल, सो इन दैट केस व्हाट यू कैन डू, फॉर एग्जांपल, नाउ लेट मी see, now there is a this particular mail company is sending me email, right? Here you will find
ओके।
an option called unsubscribe.
अनसब्सक्राइब।
इसको
लेकिन
क्लिक।
अनसब्सक्राइब करने के बाद भी आ जाती हैं वो। मैंने बहुत बार अनसब्सक्राइब किया है उनको, लेकिन वो दोबारा फिर आ जाती हैं।
मे बी यू आर यूजिंग मल्टीपल आईडीज, क्योंकि एज पर द स्टैंडर्ड्स और एज पर द compliance guidelines, they have to stop communicating with you if you click on this unsubscribe.
बट वो अलग अलग मेल से आती है ना, जैसे आज दूसरी
हाँ।
से जैसे मान लो मैंने एक से अनसब्सक्राइब कर दिया आज,
ओके।
तो कल दूसरी से मेल, दूसरी से भेजना स्टार्ट कर देंगे, परसों तीसरी से।
हाँ, that is like,
मल्टीपल
yeah, that is common for the,
मल्टीपल ईमेल्स उनके पास होती हैं बहुत, यानी कि मैं परेशान हो चुका हूँ इन चीजों से, इस चीज से ना, कि डेली
हाँ
की मैं 200 मेरे को सेलेक्ट करके वो करनी पड़ती है सारी। और वो
एग्जैक्टली, तो
अलग अलग से, हर रोज अलग अलग से, डेली अलग अलग से आती है वो।
हाँ, तो उसके लिए क्या कर सकते हो आप, उस मेल को ना मार्क करके, फॉर एग्जांपल, दिस ईमेल आई एम नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम दिस गाइस ऑन डेली बेसिस, आई कैन
ओके।
मार्क इट एज अ स्पैम।
स्पैम।
स्पैम मार्क कर दीजिए। तो इफ यू
ओके।
डू इट लाइक 4 5 times, right, then next time the
हम्म।
systems will think, okay, this is not
हम्म।
important email, let it move to spam folders.
ओके।
At least, in that way we can actually avoid those emails
ओके सर।
and block that email. For example, like say if you getting that particular email, you can simply, I think you here, see, block mail point like this and report spam. ये दोनों कर
ओके।
सकते हो।
हम्म।
But this has to be done like one by one, right? Like say you're getting 200 emails, you have to spend a lot of time. So maybe do it for a week, per day, like 10 20 emails, keep doing it. Slowly it will start reducing the count.
ओके।
You know? Yes.
ओके, थैंक यू।
Thank you. And
ओके सर।
also we will help you. For example, if you're taking the business email, what we'll do is we'll help you migrating from your Gmail to or Yahoo to your business email ID. Like say now you have 5,000 emails or last 4 years data you have on your Yahoo. What we'll do is we'll take that backup and migrate it to the business email account. Yeah. Any other questions? So we have three mail solutions. One is the 10 GB capacity mailbox. Second is Gmail with the 30 GB mailbox. And next option is 50 GB mailbox. Right. So okay. So we have another question. Yeah. Gmail for school. Nivedita ji, आप मतलब you taken a business email or you using a personal email for the school? In both the cases, you can actually go ahead and buy the additional plan. For example, I'll show you here. Now, in case if my storage is full, now 7 GB is occupied, right? If my storage is full, say get more storage, and here I can buy the additional plan, like say 100 GB, so which will cost 130 rupees per month, or 200 GB, even for the personal email ID you can use.
छुट्टी लगा ली, कुलदीप सर गए क्या?
Yeah,
लगा
thanks.
लो पूर्ण सर का।
So, I mean, anyone else have any other questions, or shall we conclude the session? Yeah. So, I mean, on the security in the last webinar also, I tried to cover a small topic. Please do not entertain certain emails or promotional links coming to your email, coming to your website. I mean to say Instagram accounts, etc. Uh, please have a look at those websites. Check the validity. How old is that website? I mean, is it recently bought the purchase domain or how it is? How you can check is go to the I can look up, right? So here you can actually check how old is the domain, right? Like say, let us take Minerva info. See, now this domain is registered in 2002. That means it has been there more than 20 years, right? So this is how you have to identify. Do not trust blindly certain websites and all. Now, last time I was showing like DMart store.online. So this domain was taken by some scammers, and they're using this website to scam people. Now, see, created when it is last to last month. October, they purchased this domain and they tried to scam people. And in our known circle, they lost around 1,10,000 rupees after clicking on the link. What did happen was they clicked on the link, the phone got hanged. After entering the particular information, credit card information, everything, they're trying to sell dry fruits. He got attracted to that and he clicked on the link. The phone got hanged after entering the payment information. Then within less than 5 minutes, they did 4 transactions and 1 lakh each transaction, 30,000, 30,000 like that. They stole the amount. And after that also, they tried to do multiple transactions. They tried with 30,000, 25,000, 20, thinking that that will go through. But by then, bank blocked the transaction. But the 1,20,000 rupees, now no one is responding. And the cybercrime, they try to complain, but they get like thousands of complaints like this, right? So please do not click on certain promotion links just like that. And before that, just have a look at it. How old is that website? Yeah, I think we will wrap up the session if no questions. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. We would request please join our WhatsApp community so that we would expect maybe if you give us topics, right, like what is that certain topics you wanted to cover, we will try to come with those sessions so that it will be helpful for our school community, right? Maybe you having certain inputs, right, like you wanted to take on particular subject, you let us know. We'll try to cover those subjects whatever best possible. Right, so no questions. Natasha, can you share those links here in the group? Let me share it. Yeah, so these are our WhatsApp community and YouTube channel links. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be posting a lot of security updates or certain tips and tricks. Yeah, if there's no questions, we'll wrap up the session. I mean, have a great day and great week ahead. Thank you.